So we're only on Tuesday, and this week has already been a huge launch week with AI. Google just launched their vibe coding platform within the Google AI Studio. And with this, you are now able to see a bunch of different sort of pre-built features that you can incorporate into your products. So, for example, you can build a Nano Banana powered app. You can incorporate Google Maps data into your apps. You can build an app that does transcription, audio transcription, build an app that understands your video. Google has so much information and their suite is so vast that they are enabling these different sort of features to your apps and sort of consolidating what is already within their ecosystem. This feels very similar to what Claude just launched with Claude Skills, in that each of these features that they sort of have here in Gemini, whether it's adding Gemini intelligence, whether it's AI powered chatbot, Google search, all of these, I realized that they are apps that you're saying you can build, or if you were to, for example, click on multiple of them, features that you can add, multiple features that you can add into your apps. The idea is that it makes it significantly easier to build what you have in mind. Because, for example, if I want to build a, let's say, a video understanding tool, I could literally just click on this and then type in the prompt that I want for the idea. Typically with video, I mean, if you're dealing with just the browser, you're going to have issues with what's called cores. But by having this as a part of the feature, then I can now come in and incorporate the storage, the bucket, whether it's through AWS, whether it's through Firebase, whether it's another third-party platform. But by having this feature here, it makes things significantly easier. So if I wanted to, let's say, maybe build an app around translation. So something that comes up sometimes with people is if you're in a space where it's also Spanish speaking, I don't speak Spanish. So think about if you have an app that can translate for you where when you're speaking with somebody who is speaking a language that's not yours. So that's exactly what I want to do. So I want to build an app that'll allow me to speak to people who talk in other languages. So when I speak into it, it'll translate it to Spanish, and then when the other person speaks into it, it'll translate their Spanish to English. And this can go for different languages. Spanish could be the first use case, and it should incorporate the conversational voice through Gemini. All right, so we're just gonna paste that in here and then build. So it says it's gonna use Gemini Live for this, which is what you're actually able to use to view your screen when you are usually when you're doing something that's instructional. So we'll have to see if this is something that can be done for a voice app, or if it's only something that can be done for when you're working with Gemini Live and sharing your screen. But all right, so it has completed. So we're going to click on allow right here. Gemini real-time translator. Speak naturally and get instant translations. So it'll translate to these different languages, German, Italian, and so on. And all right, so let's see. So let's do the Spanish one. All right, so I'm testing out this app and I want to see whether it works or not. All right, so right now it translates it to Spanish, but then I need to be able to hear back to English. So this is pretty dope though, and that it has the right idea going. All right, so I'm gonna speak into here. So right now it's working well as far as the translation, but it's only working one way. So I speak into the uh, 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 page, but and it's translating it to Spanish. But what about that translation back to English? I need to be able to hear back the English. So if I have it for translate to Spanish, when that next person now speaks Spanish, if you hear Spanish, it should translate back to English. Let's say it's French, translate to French. I speak English, it translates to French. If you then hear French, or once you hear French, you should translate it back to English. And that should go for whatever language we're dealing with. And it's cool. Gemini now has, or Gemini AI Studio at least now has the voice transcription feature. So I no longer have to pull from ChatGPT. And the dictation is very solid too. All right, so this is the update here. Let's see what it does. Enhanced system prompt. Updated instructions sent to the Gemini models be more explicit about its role as a bidirectional translator, smarter display logic. All right, let's see. All right, so let's see. I'm testing this out once again.
Muy bien. Veamos. Lo estoy. Otra vez.
Muy bien.
Very well.
Oh, that's hard. Okay, so so I got to speak Spanish for it to actually translate back.
Bueno, eso es difícil. Entonces, tengo que hablar español para que se
Let me try
traduzca.
this with French because I actually speak a little bit of French. All right, so I'm trying this out with a different language.
D'accord, alors j'essaie ça avec with.
All right, so let's see. Can try that again?
D'accord, voyons, est-ce qu'on pourrait essayer ça?
Je m'appelle Aki. Très bien.
My name is Aki. Very well.
Yeah, so this is dope. So when I speak in English, it gives it back to me in the language I'm looking at, and then when I speak in that language, it gives me back to English. So if I'm meeting with a contractor, for example, and because this is a real scenario, and that contractor only speaks another language, let's say Spanish, but in this case French, I can pull up this app and then I can like literally speak into the app and be like, we're using this this app can help with translating, so just speak back to me in Spanish and I will get that translation in English, and this could be help with like a lot of just like moderation. So these are the kind of use cases that something like Gemini AI Studio is good for, and this is an app that I'm pretty confident would do well. There are problems, there are needs to be met, there's so much that you can solve uh, with the tools that are out today, and just really think about your day-to-day life and think about how you operate and think about where are the areas that you can be that solution to. So this is Gemini's new vibe coding platform within the AI Studio. They're kind of bringing this all together, and the word is over the next 2 months Gemini is going to be releasing quite a lot. So